Welcome to the Out There channel, live stream 212. So, just cue some intro music, might be over a minute. There's Johnny. There's Will. There's Rob. There's these grey aliens. Going down. Down to the office. That would be cool. You'd want it waterproof to survive the massive tsunami. Hello. Good to be back. Be civil on the side. Try avoid swearing, hardcore swearing, and just have fun. Okay, there's the blue alien. I think that's all right now. Is it caught up yet? Oh, it's way behind. Okay. It's at least a minute behind. That's alright. As long as it doesn't get out of sync. So, we got Renee join us, we got Robert, and who's that to the top? Mark Miller. Thanks for the thumbs up. Looks like we got the counters working today. Well, did have. Where's that one disappeared to? Okay. It's looking good. Wonder where Shelley is. Might send a wake up call. So yes. So what have we got today? Various topics, mixed bag, and I'll probably do some MUFON at the end if there's time. Should be, I think, and just recap some of the stuff. So first up, if you haven't seen our last live, it was on UK UFOs and alien abductions. We had some technical issues, but go and check it out. And it's 2011 one over here. But it came out alright, and I've been doing some various test videos there that you won't see. But yeah, I've re-edited live stream 66 because it was disabled in most countries, so I had to redo it and delete the copyright claim on it. So this is a problem with copyright claims. They can change the specifications throughout the year. If you don't check, they can actually remove your whole video, or they can plaster ads on it. See, I don't mind too much about ad money because I don't get many views, right? So, but as I grow, that probably change in time. But yeah, the 1,000 views, ad blocker, they're probably lucky to get 50 cents, right? So yeah, I don't know why this, if it's less than 10 minutes, they should just leave it be and just give it to us. But yeah, greed and all that in America. Also, I want to point out, if you go to my channel, there's a community tab. We've got a poll going with various polls there. For some reason, it doesn't always show up the results on different browsers, I've noticed. Firefox, that doesn't work. The older version of Chrome I've got doesn't work, and yet I haven't got ad blocker enabled. So I'm not sure why it's not working, but it works on Brave, okay. And probably the latest Chrome, I'd say. But you can see here we got various questions. Do you like how-tos and science theory topics? Because I do those occasionally. And you can see there, only 15% the brains blew up. So that's pretty good. What else we got here? Would you like more paranormal stuff or happy with just UFOs? And you see there, everyone likes a bit of mix, which is good as well. So we only got 13 people voted so far. Do you like looking over MUFON cases? I thought this one would have been a lot higher. Always 50% and sometimes 38%. So yeah, I'm not too sure why sometimes you either like looking at UFO submissions or not, you know. But if you become a MUFON investigator, of course, you'll find it pretty boring. Because most of them are mundane, explainable stuff, as we found out. The screen's on a bit of a slope again. Looks like the box has changed. I'll just see if I can fix it. Nothing worse than a slopey screen. But I'm on a bed and it's because of my back. It's been good lately, but the other day I was kicking a ball for Charlie, my dog, Charlie Roo, and yeah, it looks like the sponge has come out, and twisted my back again. I'll just stick a remote control. Well, that's it. That's done it. You can't see here behind the scenes, unfortunately. So what was the next one? Do you like live presentation streams where you can join in? And not sure why the percentages mixed bag there, but 20% out there in the UFO world don't like live streams. So I don't know how they learn the information, because most of the stuff out there that's legit podcasts, right? But yeah, once a weekend, so people are happy not doing too many live streams, because they are quite long, I guess. I think that's probably it. I know there's one more. I asked a question there, if you think of any other questions that I could add to the community page, and post a comment there. Do you watch UFO channels for entertainment and not for answers and truth? You can see there almost 50% say entertainment. I mean entertainment and truth. But yeah, it sort of clashes, I find. If it's entertainment, then often it's not truthful, it's sensationalized. I don't know what Robert thinks about that. But I can see that some might think entertainment is actually enjoying seeing videos. So I'm not too sure Maybe I need to reword another poll for that one. What they class as entertainment. What's the last one here? Oh no, it's a couple more. Do you believe aliens from another world? And of course we expected that one to almost be 100%, but there are some people there that decided to put don't know, which is quite good, and there's been no responses there out of 13 people. Are you sick of frauds in the UFO field that destroy the seriousness of the research field? And we've got a 100% on that one, which is good so far. We haven't been trolled by Secureteam, obviously. His fans. Have you seen a UFO craft in daytime that wasn't just a light in the sky? And so 29%, which is quite high there. So yeah, the more legit cases I've heard have been very close quarter UFO sightings, and let's see if I can post a link to that. So you can just click the link in the side community tab. You can see here it doesn't put the LE channel in, which is kind of a pain. They put that cryptic number. Every channel's got this sort of random 16-digit hex number, and the easy, or they call it the simple name, the LE channel that you use, they don't embed in the links. So we can close that one down. If you want to add more to the poll there, go ahead. So that brings us to UFOs over Vegas again. Yeah. My lunch wasn't that good. The sausage and bread, or Australia they call it snag and bread. Yes, you tend to be up all night like I am. You end up having snacks at strange times. So yeah, I've got hopefully it fixed up now. We had a plugin for changing pitch, and I found this new one here called Pitch Shifter, which doesn't embed it in the web page, so it's like less likely to cause a lockup. So far it seems to be working alright. So yeah, if I play this one here, Steve Barone again is being analysed, but not by me this time, but Parabreakdown. I will post the link to it. He's like a skeptic. I'm not sure if he's a debunker as such. I think he might believe in Bigfoots, or real Bigfoots, but I'm not 100% sure there. But yeah, he debunks ghost videos, Bigfoots, and some UFO stuff. And of course he's picked on Steve Barone this time, which obviously someone asked him to do, I'd say. A UFO over Vegas debunk. So obviously this is new footage, 19th of the 12th, since the last one we looked at. So we'll just have a quick listen. And I'll plug the paranormal breakdown. So I'll show you what the pitch thing does.
Okay, man, I don't even know how to say this. My adrenaline is running. Look at this. I'm sitting here again, and I get the urge to go outside again, and it's cold.
Mr. Ken.
I get my warm coat, I go outside with my camera this time. It's a little blurry right now.
So we could debunk fixed. Tyler using this little add-on now.
I get outside with my camera and I see
this. Okay? And I know immediately I've got something amazing going on there.
I think it sounds better higher pitch though.
To the southwest. This is in the southwest. This thing looks big. It looks big. It looks like it's a long ways away. So anyway, I get the night vision on it. And right now, I remember I'm thinking I should go get my Nikon. But no, I'm not going to do that this time. I'm staying with this sucker. Okay, so I'm worried about the batteries on the camera because I haven't changed them yet. I don't know how much life they have left in them, but I'm watching this thing. Look at this. Look at this thing.
Yeah, look at the flashing
Oh my
lights.
gosh. My adrenaline is still running. I'm almost shaking. Okay, so I'm watching this. I'm wondering where it's going to go. Now we're over on the mountain's edge part of Las Vegas. You're over by the Blue Diamond Mine. Look at how big this is. It's unbelievable. I thought about calling 911, but you know what?
Oh,
I'm getting this out immediately.
liar.
No fancy anythings. This is just the
So what do you think, guys? If he called 911, he would have got the police tell him that it's actually a police helicopter. Again, you can see he's gonna zoom in. You can see it actually, because of the way night vision works, it oversaturates things, so it just ends up being a blob, right? So yeah, just carry on and we'll see what happens.
video itself, my testimony being recorded.
Hi there. You know, I wish this guy from UFO over Vegas would knock it off. Honestly, I mean, I don't understand how he can photograph all of these aircraft, and in this particular case, what looks like a traffic helicopter with its floodlights on, and claim that they're UFOs. I remember back, what was it, a year or two ago, this guy was had a telephoto lens. He was filming what
Look at
ended
the
up
angle.
being
You can see the angle of the helicopter change there as it's speeding up.
off-road bicyclists on the hillside with lights on, headlights on their bikes, and claiming that they were orbs or UFOs coming down the mountain. But this time it's the same thing as always. He's got an aircraft, it's got its navigation lights on, and it's got its floodlights on. Well, just watch it. You'll get the idea. And thanks for watching.
Okay, so he only does like 4-minute debunks there. So yeah, we could probably plug that into the apps like he should be doing. If you're a real ufologist, you debunk your own claims. If you can't debunk your own claims, then you put it up as an unknown. You don't create a YouTube channel and just put up everything you film. Now, the date was, I think it was about 11 o'clock at night, wasn't it? What's that? I don't know, 5 o'clock in the evening, is it? 15. So it gets pretty dark over there then. That's probably why we can see more of the mountain terrain here, because it's not quite fully black, I don't think. But he's saying he's getting up at night time, wasn't it? Which doesn't make sense.
Okay, man, I don't even know how to say this. My adrenaline is running. Look at this. I'm sitting here again, and I get the urge to go outside again, and it's cold. I get my warm coat, I go outside with my camera this time. It's a little blurry right now. I'm getting this fixed. I get outside with my camera and I see this, okay? And I know immediately.
Okay, so he doesn't say he was sleeping, but let's just do a quick check in Flight Radar 24. We've got to check it in the apps. It always doesn't remember my last locations, which I find really annoying on this particular app. It always goes to Norway, because that's where the developers are, apparently. So we've got to zoom out. So these, what's current flying in the air at the moment, as you know, that's just ridiculous. Global warming. And you can see here that we're smack in the middle of the day here, and you can see how it's got the curvature of the Earth on a flat map here. So you can see how the daylight works on a globe. It's quite clever how they do that. But you can see it's quite busy flying between New Zealand, which I'm down the bottom here, Australia, between Malaysia and all the other countries. Just crazy. But we want to go down to Vegas, down here somewhere. And that noise, Nevada. Okay, where is it, guys? Death Valley down here. Why can't I see Vegas? And that's between two mountain, like a hoop shape. Here we go. Pretty mountainous in the middle there, isn't it? Where's it gone? Okay. Vegas, here we go. So we've got the location again. You can see there's a lot of planes that come over the mountain range here. From what I understand, Barone somewhere here. Look in this direction. So you have to turn it around to see his perspective, I guess. And you can see a lot of planes come across this way and this way through the mountain ranges there. So yeah, you can see here it's probably going to be some helicopters up probably already. Let's have a look. Normally it's helicopters. I normally have some sort of police helicopter flying around. Is that one there? A bit hard to tell. Maybe they haven't. Normally got something flying around. So now we need to use the playback function and type in 19th, wasn't it? Oh, actually, first of all, we need to find out the time. So you want to say Las Vegas universal time of 15:10 or whatever it was. Not that one. 15:13. Oh, 10 will do. And 15:10 Sunday is 23:10 universal time. So that would make more sense for his video being at 11 o'clock at night, wouldn't it? Opposed to 5 in the afternoon. So I'm not too sure what his camera's set to there. Probably translates it back. The universal time's a bit crazy though, sort of a bit like Greenwich Mean Time. It sort of makes everything. So it probably is 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Oh no, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he should have got out his other cameras, shouldn't he? And zoomed in on it. Optical zoom with 200 times. He should be able to see a helicopter. Anyway, so we need to go to the same day, which will be Saturday, at 23:10. So let's just plug that in. What's going on here? At least it's not lagging. This is why it's tedious when you do research. If you had the app on your phone, smartphone, you could just hang it up to the sky, say there you go, there's no air traffic near this. So we go for 11. That's 11. Oh no, 23 we've got to go for. So you got to always check your details. So easy to make a mistake. 23, 10 maybe. And 2 minutes in he starts filming. See what we get. Certainly a lot of aircraft. So could it have been a aircraft? It seemed to be a helicopter. So at the moment, Christmas trees in the way a wee bit. 23, 19th of December. So let's see if we can spot what he's looking at. Okay, is that a helicopter? There we go. One there. And one there. So, and again it's looking towards this mountain range. So he's over here, I think. If I got his location right. He's over this side, filming across this way. Or he's over here, filming across this way. But anyway, it's kind of strange that he hasn't picked up the other helicopter. So what are they? That's not a police one. And what's that one? Don't know what those are. And what's it say? Private helicopter, is it? Down the side. But we'll see what else pops up. There could be a police helicopter here somewhere too. So we're now at the time that he's seen filming it. You can see here, they're still on the screen. So I think he's got this last one here. So we've probably gone past the time now. But yeah, you can sort of scroll it back if you want to. I'm meant to be able to. Here we go. So which one is he looking at? More likely that one there, because it's speeding up towards the airport. And then it disappears. There it is, going into land. Oh look, here's one, flying straight across. A red one this time. So it's a bit hard to tell which direction he was looking in there, but it's either one of those three helicopters, right? So that one may have been coming towards Las Vegas. Maybe that's the one he got. So let's just pause that and zoom out a bit. Aha, so it's coming over the mountain range here. Flying towards the airport. That must be the one that he was filming in the distance here from his side of the river. Or he could be here, or he could be here. I'm not too sure. I'd have to try and find his address, and I don't think it'd be in the video. Henderson. It could be on this little bit here, or this bit over here, filmed this way or that way. Got a feeling it might be here. It's filming that helicopter coming in towards the city, and it speeds up once it gets over the mountain range and heads towards the airport. So yeah, I think that one's debunked again. Unfortunately, I can't copy and paste it, I don't think. I could try it. See if it works. So then you could open it up. If it's less than 7 days ago, you can see it for free on this app. Else you have to pay a membership. Monthly membership. I pay $5 a month for access, and I only use it occasionally, which is a bit of a bummer. It should be I don't know how you do it, but track how many times you use it maybe. So yeah, that's what you do if you want to analyze. Make sure you got the right UTC. Zoom that down. Move the Christmas tree back over this way. There we go, that'll do. So yeah, so it took about 10 minutes on that. Yeah, so I think it was the red one after all that, in that particular instance. So yeah, you can flight radar. You can get it for your smartphones, and you can hold it up to the sky and it overlays the flight numbers, which is quite cool. And there's also another one that we used to use. It used to be totally free, going back 3 years, recordings. and they started charging, which is what we thought would happen. Called planefinder.net, which is also an app. Yes, he's very passionate, but is he a fraud or is he just deluded? He obviously needs to be someone to go stay with him like myself and just show him how he should be researching stuff if he wants to be a real ufologist, right? He should be watching my channel and learning, as he's going to be class. But the thing is, he went to all the UK rags and he put up, if you watched my live 31, I think it was, he put up this crazy video of all these lights going along the edge of the mountain, where you could clearly see it was like dirt bikes or fire vehicles going around the bend of the road off the mountain, and you could see how the lights were bending. And one instance, you could see the spotlights beaming across as the vehicle was going around the corner. And then he had another one where there was planes, obviously planes coming into the airport to land, which had the three, TRB type shape, because you get a nose landing light and you get the two wingtip lights when they start coming down, which we've covered many times, but we just go over and over it again just to make sure people understand how to do it. So yeah, all things exist. Find my catches on the flight radar. Okay. He catches on his phone, so I'm thinking if he's seen these with the naked eye, he may be a bit overexcited. Or surely you would hear a helicopter though. But I see if he's on the other side there, it might be just out of range to hear boop 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 sound in the background. Get a sonic ear maybe and aim it towards the light, see if you can hear any sound. That's probably what I would do. They only like $20 from AliExpress. One with the parabolic dish. I think a lot of people just take things as granted that it is a UFO, but why would it be on an angle, which is typical for a helicopter, because that's how it moves? You could see how it changed position when it was sort of like slowly coming in on a slight angle, then it went really on a big angle, and then you could see it speed up quite a lot on the video. I'll just play it again here. I think it's about here.
My testimony being recorded.
Hi there. I wish this...
See, that looks like it's come from over the mountain range with the red helicopter, right? So it looks like he might be maybe on the side, down the bottom where I was pointing. Was it called Henderson? Is that where he is? Let's have a look, see if we can find his address. Steve Barone. Location. Does he give us a location at all? That's not him on Wikipedia, is it? Looks like it's brought up other people. Looks like some, what is it? Baseball player. UFOs. Here we go. Nevada. That's what it doesn't give us an address. Does anyone down the side know the location? Is it Henderson? Because that would make sense for the angle. I suppose we could put Henderson and see if it comes up still. Sometimes Google's useless. What do you have to do? You have to put it in quotes or something like that. So it must include it. Henderson. There we go. Barone says. So here we go. What do we got here? So we've got helicopters again. Does it tell us the location here? Because it come up. Mountain edge. Mystery solved. Unusual light seen in the sky. Barone says he researches UFOs. Well, that's not solved. Oh, right. Let's open up that link then. So that's KTNV. That's George's Maps thing, isn't it? I-team or whatever. Looks like it. What do we got? There were 2 festivals. Alien stock is scheduled for September. Area 51 base camp. There are also several events planned. So I'm not too sure on that video, but yeah, looks like people have debunked it. Was it dropping flares or something, was it? But anyway, location. I didn't see anything there. So that's the problem. If you don't put your location where you're filming from, angle, and all the information that we need. So what are you talking about? Who's school? Skinny. 2 toes ribbed together. Don't think anyone's mentioned his location, but I think it's probably Henderson. Looking at the angle there. So I think it may have been on Mick Wester's West page. Probably isn't there now. But we won't worry about it. So we'll just play the last bit of this. You can see how it comes over the mountain.
This guy from UFO over Vegas would knock it off. Honestly, I mean, I don't understand how he can photograph all of these aircraft, and in this particular case, what looks like a traffic helicopter with its floodlights on, and claim that they're UFOs. I remember back, what was it, a year or 2 ago, this guy was had a telephoto lens. He was filming what ended up being off-road bicyclists on the hillside with lights on, headlights on their bikes, and claiming that they were orbs or UFOs coming down the mountain. But this time it's the same thing as always. He's got an aircraft. It's got its navigation lights on, and it's got its floodlights on. Well, just watch it. You'll get the idea. And thanks for watching.
I decide to come in the house and do what I'm doing right now and get this out. No logos, no intros, nothing. The raw video.
Okay, it's turned into the airport. Remember we saw it on the map as it's coming down.
You're going to see
now it's over the
thing.
airport.
It's almost done. This is a major UFO event. No one can tell me this is not a major UFO event.
Well, we just did. Not just me, but other people. But yeah, you got the link on the side there if you want to go and check it out. I'm not sure if he's got the link to the original. Probably not, because he doesn't like to promote 4 channels himself. So there we go. Went over another video of Steve Barone's and debunked it. Right. So what we got is now Epic Foul from Third Phase of the Moon again. So let's just bring up their channel, go over what they're promoting as truth. Rene, stop talking rubbish. So like I said, it's overexposed floodlights. You ain't going to see a shape of a helicopter, but you can see the angle of it, and you can see the blinking lights that a helicopter would have. Well, I use believers out there. I don't know how you can get through to yous, but there's real stuff out there, but that's not it. So let's see if we can have a play around with what these idiots are going to say. Deviant off-world.
Ibrahimi. He states that there's some kind of study going on in regards to meteorite rock that may have the smoking gun that we've been looking for, embryonic life form, extraterrestrial in nature. And
what's amazing about it is that there's been some research done by the University of Victoria, BC. Craig is with us. He's the founder of Deviant Off-World Technology. And right now, you're looking at a photograph, embryo, life form, that is extraterrestrial in origin from a lunar meteor. There's going to be more tests being done to this, DNA tests, to find out exactly what this is. And we're going to get Craig on the phone. Is Craig, you with us?
Yes, I am in here.
All right, hey Craig, thanks for joining us. So let's start off. What's up with this lunar meteorite rock? Where was it recovered from?
It was recovered from the ocean. I went out looking for something, and I dug that thing out of the bottom of the Snook Basin, 12 feet in the mud. And then right away after I found it, I first thought it was a big black diamond, because there's volcanoes over there, and then once it pressure washed it and stuff, it turned out to be a meteorite because it was a black fusion crust. And then when I cut it, there was all these life forms kind of staring back at you when you cut it and polish the rock. So then right away we would show people, and then
are these fossilized life forms, or are these living?
Well, they're crystallized, because a fossil would be bone, so these are organic and they're crystallized.
So have you had some studies on this rock to prove that it is from the lunar moon itself?
NASA has samples. European Space Station has samples. Chandra Vikram Singh has had samples. He's had his house busted in, and the samples stolen from him. And we've had a lab shut down at NASA.
So my problem straight away is, why would a credible scientist go on third phase of the moon? So that's a red flag straight away, right? And why haven't we heard this on mainstream news or other credible news sources? Well, is there any credible news sources now of mainstream media? But yeah, I suppose there is. Is it the War Zone would have something on this probably? So they're saying it's called a crystallized humanoid in moon meteorite, right? You're only talking about like a little speck of whiteness there. And if you have a look at this thing here, you can see it's probably pareidolia again. Just turn that caps off there. So try to claim this is a fossilized creature. If it is, it's like a shrimp or something like that. But when you have a look at, do some research on meteorites online, you can see there's a whole heap of rocks that have been cut, and they have all these white bits in them. There's one there, looks very similar to his, white bits. So what they said on this webpage here is the whiteness coming in here is actually terrestrial. It's bleached in through a crack in the side of the rock. Forms these crystals, calcites or whatever they call it there. Also, some meteorites do have crystallized quartz in them, although that's very rare, according to the website. So we'll just go over that in a minute. So that one here looks very similar to his. And you can see it's full of white bits in there. All these strange shapes as well. So I'm not too sure how you can say that's crystallized life forms. So yeah, I think it has to be peer reviewed there. What else we got? So what's the title on that one? A Chunk of Mars. There we go. So what's that one there? Lunar meteorite. So that's a moon rock, and it's got white bits in it. So if let's say an asteroid or meteorite crashed into the moon, ejected some debris into space, eventually found its way into Earth, landed into the oceans. Now this rock's sitting in the oceans, and it's got micro cracks in it. then it's going to get inside the rock. What's that one here? It's not a black one, but Meteorite, White River, Nevada. And that one there. And that one's squared off. So this is where you need to look at it. You need to have like electron microscope view of it. So what was that one there about scientists identified organism that thrives? Just open that one up and have a quick look. Kind of looks like little bacteria, doesn't it? On that particular photograph. You can see here it's got all these micro cracks though. So if you've got micro cracks that lead inside a rock, you're going to get contamination. So how can you say it's from off-world? Unless they've got a sample there that hasn't got cracks in it. But you'd have to see it at that level there to see where that white thing that looked like a shrimp would be. And don't put it on third phase of the moon, because that straight away means that you're after publicity from the wrong crowd. So yeah, doesn't say much about it. It's a lot of words here. Micro penchant for eating minerals. So it's a bacteria that eats minerals. But is it on world or off world? Is the question. Discovery of the bacteria like arachinomes, but preference for meteorites not only invites speculation on how terrestrial life could survive off-world, but offers an insight into how early biology could have received key nutrients from space rocks. So yeah, this is real research going on here. That's actually quite an interesting little article there. And that was back in a couple of weeks ago, right? So could that be the same rock they're talking about? Could be. So that's the sort of thing we're looking for. Peer review, some better images. But where's the white thing? I'd like to see the white thing that they had up in electron microscope. So having a look at more. So I posted various links here. Did I say them? Found some links. What's happened? There we go. That one. What's happened? Yeah. Must have clicked on it wrongly. That one. There we go. So yeah, this is a 1997 paper. Minerals are minor to rare in any type of meteorite, it says here. There are no type of meteorite in which quartz would be evident without the aid of petrographic microscope and a petrographic thin section. It takes skill, petrographers considerable effort to find and identify silica minerals in meteorites. With regard to quartz, Rubin mentioned it only in a discussion of it in stactite, and we've got all these other types, are all rare types of meteorites. So you can't rule out the white stuff being these compounds, minerals. And now we've seen another article talking about they found bacteria that's feeding on it. So that makes more sense than saying there's a humanoid creature embedded in the fossilized in the rock. And there was another link too. Where did it disappear to? how to identify rocks. So what do we got here? I'm not sure why he's posting that on my feed. Probably to get some free traffic there. And we got Meteorite Museum. Do you think you may have found a meteorite? Now, it's quite interesting about meteorites. If you find them, sometimes you can't keep them, especially in Australia. If you find a meteorite, you've got to hand it into a museum. And that could be worth like $500,000 if you find a really big one that's got rare stuff in it. And of course, meteorites generally have iron, and they have some trace mineral amounts in it. That's what they're saying. And of course, it's going to be magnetized as well, because iron gets magnetized, especially when you heat it up in the atmosphere, and it's passing through a magnetic field, like Earth has. So this one here goes through all the different things: fusion, crust, density, crystals, and it has examples of them. Fusion crust. Meteorites which have fallen recently may have a black ash-like crust. Surface of a meteorite is generally very smooth, so it's kind of strange looking one here. Ordinary chondrites and stony meteorites like this one. So that's the ones that the guy was talking about, look like a black rock, he said. Here's one that's cut into slices. And it talks about you can weigh it. All the different meteorites have different per density. How would you do that though? Density in grams. So you'd have to cut off a gram, measure it on a scale, I suppose, on a really accurate one, and see what range it falls in here. Meteorite wrongs. Not meteorite, but meteorons. So they talk about crystals and bubbles and all that sort of stuff. Not sure when that was written. Doesn't have a date, does it? Because new findings do change things, of course. So yeah, if they find there's internal bacteria in Earth meteorites, then they might just try and cut it open on Mars on a rover and actually have a look there before bringing it home. And if they could find bacteria, that would prove life, right? Meteorite, or meteors, I'll say. So that's probably enough on that one, I think. That's not too exciting. If it was something big, yeah, it wouldn't be on third phase of the moon. What else we got here? Pareidolia, I'm mentioning. Someone from Sweden, is it? The Swedish flag there. Someone with sense on the channel. Something wrong with this guy? Yeah, he's on third phase of the moon trying to be a scientist. I say it's probably radioactive. Yep, might be, but depends what kind of metals it's got in it, right? Yeah, so I'd probably wait till that story breaks on a credible source like the Black Vault channel or something like that. But yeah, I don't think there was anything else worth watching on that video. We got Dr. Greer there, should be a red flag straight away, and we got Space Force Talk, which is probably Corey Goods and all those fraud people. So yeah. But I'm surprised to keep getting subs though, you know. Don't people see the BS there? Oh, gone too far. So yeah, I did post it up last night quickly. Did quick research on it. So just go on to the next topic then. What was that one? Oh, right. This is UFO man again. Put on up bullshit. So, alien scientists posted on that post there, flying Dutchman. I said flying turd, who knows? So, yeah, he put up this video and he deleted it, probably because he saw me debunk it. So, on this photograph at the very top here, he's got black cylinder object filmed over Wales, England. So that's where Robert is. So he would see this off the coast himself, where you get Fata Morgana, which is called inversion, and it's always a certain height above sea level. You see here saying this is a cylinder object. So I don't know if I can zoom in that picture. But there you go, you can see it's obviously going to be some type of ship, most likely an oil tanker. It's fairly long looking there, and of course it's spud cam, so it's too far away. But yeah, because of how the light moves through water vapor, it tends to bend it above the sea level, so it looks like it's floating above. We've talked about that many times. So there's a close-up one. Still can't see any details, but it does look like an oil tanker. Probably some white bits where the tower thing at the end is, but you can't see it because it's so bad. So I was going to actually play the video for you, but he's deleted it, so I won't bother. But I just wanted to bring up that particular video, and just to be, you should know what to look for in UFO world. What is mirages, atmospheric conversions, and who writes in caps like that? Only people that got mental problems, right? Straight away, it's a red flag. I've talked about caps before. Insider said if you put caps in your title like that, then it gets downranked. People won't watch it because they see you shouting at them. So you can't teach old dogs new trick, clearly. But yeah, I just find it offensive when people write some caps all the time. Especially if I see it on a YouTube video, but I see that Dark Journalist has also got the same mental problem where he wants to shout his title at people and doesn't realise that he's actually crippling his channel by doing so, because Google doesn't feature people that shout in the titles. So yeah, it's up to them, I suppose. So we're on to this one here with the night vision, which looks at normal light spectrum, including the near infrared spectrum, and thermal camera looks at the far infrared spectrum up to ultraviolet range, which we've sort of covered in an episode before. Not too long ago I re-upped a clip here, this one here, talking about the chart where night vision is near infrared, which is that top bit into the visual light, and thermal cameras use the far infrared all the way up to the infrared up to the end of the microwave spectrum there. So if you haven't watched that, there's also got Vern on there talking about what he knew about cameras, night vision cameras, and what he caught as UFOs. So it's got his story at the front of that one, or part of one of his stories anyway. So yeah, we need to look at this video here. I'll need to catch up on the side chat probably. I'll just open it up here so we can watch it. This video is really old. 2010. And I'll just play it in a minute. But I'll just have a quick look at the chat. I love Brent and Blake. Well, Renee, you may love them, but we don't. We're after truth, not BS. They're not truthers, they're just BSers. You should go and marry them. I'm sure they'll welcome you there on the island. Tim is a menace. He's another wannabe Secureteam, putting up garbage like that with no analysis. What is it, guys? All those tons of aliens. So, has anyone else here got any sensible comments? Can't see any. Why did that message get deleted? Someone got purged, did they? Who purged them? So if you're going to purge someone, you should let me know why. Because some people, moderators, can overuse their power. So let's have a look at this video here. I'll play it at normal speed. And then we'll analyze it. So straight away we got 3 dots here that don't move. See that here? That's what's called dead pixels. So I'll just see if I can highlight it. See those 3 in a triangle pattern? That's what you call dead pixels on the camera. And we're looking at this whispery looking object, which he's saying is a cloaked UFO. Yeah, we can see here it sort of looks like it's got sort of motion in the blurriness. Like it's not a solid orb, like a star. Here's some star images, right? Just perfect little circles, unless he's moving, because then you get motion blur. See how you get motion blur? So to me that looks like it's flying around. I can see little flappy motions in the graphic there. And because it's not very hot, it's not emitting a lot of infrared radiation, suggests that it's probably something living. And it seems to be moving like a bird would move. But unfortunately, it could be a bird. I wouldn't rule out a bird, but it seemed to react to the infrared laser torch that he had. And birds can't see infrared. So I did a bit of research to see what else it could be. And I'll go over that in a minute. So it's going further away. It's not doing some crazy movements. It's not sort of hovering, not stopping and hovering. It's always constantly moving, which suggests it's got to be something with wings. It doesn't shoot off at instant vertically into the sky and disappear. So what's this here coming up? Edge of a roof line, maybe? So it's getting further and further away. Oh, what was that flew by here? A bug! There's a bug. Close to the camera. And what do we got coming this way? Is that the same thing? No, I think that might be a satellite this time. And he stopped filming it. So that looked like a satellite coming across, which probably people in the comments probably mentioned. So yeah, does he give us location, direction, time? No, he doesn't. Again, that's bad ufology right there, right? Did he submit it to MUFON? Doesn't say he had. He's listed as science and technology news. Flashed my laser IR light at it, seems to change direction. And he's saying flying off here. UFOs don't fly. They don't flap the wings. At the end you can see it fly behind some telephone wires, so that tells me it's something else. Yep, that's fine, alright. Thought it might be a bug or out of focus. Out of focus. No, it wasn't a bug, but that one at the end there where it's flashed across the screen was a bug. So he hasn't got anything there on his location or anything that's useful. So I had a look at his other videos here. To see if he had any other ones that mentioned a location where he's filming from. So he's talking about Arizona. Arizona again. So Arizona looks like a good fit there so far. Fast walker, flashing lights. So he's got a few videos up. Oh, there's the edge of that roof. So that's probably where he was aiming at. Don't know if he's got any information on this one. Again, lacks information. But there's that roof again. Another roof of a house. What else we got? He's got quite a lot of videos up, hasn't he? UFO landing. Now I did see here he had a video listed called Friends California. Where did I see it? So is he somewhere between Arizona and South California? Looks like it could be something like that. Or he moves between locations for filming. Where was it though? I can't see it now. I know I should have bookmarked it. Maybe it was in that one. Oh, that's the one we watched, is it? It's funny how you can never find things again. Where did I see it? Another one to laser. That's annoying. Maybe it was inside a video header that I found it. But yeah, it seemed to suggest it was in Arizona, somewhere between Arizona and California. Anyway, so it's in the right location. I will post up the link to his channel there for that video. I think it's the one we were looking at. That one there. So you can have a watch. So this is Arizona or California. So or Cali, South Cal. So I did a search online. What can see in infrared, and I come across this National Geographic documentary on it. How do we get rid of that bit at the bottom there? I suppose we can't. Using infrared imaging technologies, humans have expanded their range of vision. Let's see. Energy in the form of light waves travels within and beyond the solar system and makes life on Earth possible. Light waves occur. Well, light waves or electromagnetic energy is what comes down onto Earth, and the plants absorb that energy and turn it into food, right? Which animals eat, which then humans eat the animals. So instead of eating the whole tree, for the calories we need to live, we eat animals because they condense the energy from all that eaten constantly of plant food into meat. So yeah, that's the main reason that we eat a bit of vegetables as well as meat. Because eating plants alone, unless you got some other protein source, you never have enough in your diet to survive. I suppose a lot of vegetarians eat bread and cheese, right? That fills you up. Grains, and has a lot of high energy in it. Sugar, of course. Vegans is a wee bit more trickier, but they probably eat a lot of bread, don't they? So it says here, I'll just read it out anyway, while I get a drink, if I can, and see what it says. There we go. Just read that out. I'll have to put the fan
Energy
on.
in the form of light waves travels within and beyond the solar system and makes life on Earth possible. Light waves occur along an electromagnetic spectrum according to their wavelengths and energy. The human eye can only see visible light waves. Infrared light has longer wavelengths and lower energy than visible light and cannot be seen with the human eye. Mosquitoes, vampire bats, bed bugs, and some snake and beetle species, however, can use portions of the infrared spectrum for vision. Sometimes humans can see infrared energy in the form of heat. Sitting near a campfire is an example of experiencing visible light as color and infrared light as heat. Most forms of infrared energy can be seen and measured only with the use of specialized equipment, such as infrared cameras and telescopes or night vision goggles. These technologies use infrared waves to measure the heat released, or radiated, by an object. As the temperature of an object increases, the movement of its atoms increases and the object radiates more infrared energy. The infrared energy radiated by the object can be detected and then converted into an electronic signal used to produce a visual or thermal image. Scientists use infrared imaging technologies in a wide range of applications. To name just a few, Earth-observing satellites study changes in land and sea surface temperatures, night vision cameras monitor nocturnal animal behavior, telescopes detect cooler and more distant objects in the universe, and satellites monitor location and intensity of lava flows and forest fires.
Okay, so I've got to undelete someone here. So I could do that now, but it won't bring back the messages. So was it all things that got deleted? I think it's the only one. I know some people swear and some of the moderators get trigger happy and don't put them in timeout. Hide user. Oh no, you've undone it now, have you? So you should be right. You should be able to come back. I think mods should be able to undo what they do. Yeah, we don't want to purge valid members if they're sort of conforming to the basic rules that we have here. Is it done now? It looked like it was. It said it only had hide, not unhide there, from what I saw. Hide user, put user in timeout, remove, comment, add moderator. Yeah, it should be alright now, I think. I think there's only one. Yeah, I wonder what happened there. If you do ban someone, just post a comment so we know. So as you read there, it talked about bats. vampire bats especially can see infrared. So if they saw a big beam of light coming towards them, of course it's going to scare the crap out of them and they're going to change direction. So I thought, bingo, a bat's going to look like a bird in the sky, and it's going to emit a wee bit of infrared. That's why it was so fuzzy and moving. It looked like it was moving, flapping wings. But you also got atmospherics that can cause that. But I think in this case we're looking at a warm-blooded bat of some kind. And I got another link here. I'll just post that one there, Natural Geographic, for information on infrared, IR, and bats. So you always got to put your stuff out there for other experts to look at it and see if they can match up what it could be. So he might be on his whole webpage there, he might be filming a lot of bats. So I did a search as well to see if there are actually bats in America, because we know bats are everywhere in the world. And then I got this one here in California, also in the same location that he was at, which again I was trying to find where I saw it. Why I can't find it, I don't know. It annoys me when I can't see something second time. The thing is, I didn't do it on this browser, I don't think. I did it on the other one, so it hasn't underlined it. That's kind of handy. I've only watched one video on here, by the looks of it. So it'll be in another one of those videos anyway, but we won't draw. Did I post that? Oh, I did, yeah. I won't waste time on it, I mean. So here we got California. You can see they've got little hand-sized bats here, but not too sure what one we're looking at, because it talks about 20 different species of bats live in Central Valley, according to the scientist here. One little brown bat, so that sounds like hand size. Size of my pinky finger. Oh, it's really small. Is that it there? Oh no. What's that? Santa Claus. So they haven't put up pictures of all the bats here, but my gut feeling it is a bat that they were filming. See what else you can find out there if you want to do more research on that yourselves. But to me, that looks more like something terrestrial rather than extraterrestrial in that video. Bats and Kelly. Now, in Australia, they got these really big ones, so like as big as crows. So I suspect maybe you got those ones there too. Let's have a look. Big bat in California, or Arizona. Let's try Arizona, see what comes up. Arizona, big bat. Greater Mastiff Bat Fact Sheet, Arizona. So there we go. We've got a picture. What the hell's that? Oh, that's the head of it. Looks pretty yucky, doesn't it? I was hoping for a better picture. Range. So another thing is bats can fly up to 2,400 meters. That's 2.4 kilometers up, and that sort of looked like it could have been lower down, but it looks like it was definitely beyond the house, and maybe not that high up, but maybe 1,000 feet, maybe less, flying around. And then he's got it zoomed in on the camera. Does it tell us how big it is? Can't Because of their large size, they need at least 20 feet of vertical drop from their roosts. Wow. So how big are they? So this is in Arizona. I suppose you get a lot of caves there, right? Large ears, short grey to brown fur. The wings are long and narrow. It doesn't tell us how many centimeters. I can't see. The lifespan is 15 years. Wow. Oh, here we go. Wingspan. 23 inches. That's quite big, isn't it? That's 2 foot, isn't it? Just over 2 foot. Wow, that's pretty big. So maybe it's that type of bat he was filming then. So I think we're on the right pathway there. So we can move on, I think, from that one and get on to the other stuff. How are we going for time? 1.5 hours. We get on to the Bigfoot stuff and then some MUFON. So yeah, I put out a request there to the other debunkers, and of course I got no reply. There's an ego thing with the debunkers, and they hate my guts, apparently. Speaking of which, let's see, I did have a folder here. Scott Brown just blocked me the other day because he was talking about that video being similar to what he caught. Now, I don't think his one was a bat, but I said to him that I think it's something terrestrial again, and he ends up blocking me over it, which is kind of stupid. Because we talked about this before. I said we may not agree with each other, but I won't block you. Because he does do some good stuff, you know. He puts up these little charts with obvious stuff, you know, like bugs and lens flare and autofocus artifacts and, you know, all those little blue spheres you get with white dots on it. So yeah, so you know, it's not just believers that block me, but also debunkers that block me. I don't know. I don't think the UFO community can work together, honestly. Because there's too many egos, and I don't listen to other people. You know, I learnt my stuff by looking at other experts. You know, I don't claim to know it all, so I go and do the research there and keep up to date what's going on, and try and figure out CMOS technology and all that sort of stuff, and what's coming up in the technology field. So yeah, what's the next bit? So we're finished there. I think it might be the Bigfoot stuff. So there's a new series I want to talk about, which is actually not too bad. It's called Expedition Bigfoot, and it's on Travel TV. And of course, of all the copyright nonsense, we can't play any trailer of it. But looks like they actually might be replacing Finding Bigfoot, but actually credible research. They're using big data to analyze where all the sightings are and time periods, because they think that Bigfoots, if they exist, like apes, will be like nomads. So they'll be walking around similar areas at the same time each year within a certain period. And so they set up these cameras on trees, which are all interconnected, which is quite cool, because it acts like a mesh network, and one sends its pictures to the other, which then sends it to another one. So you don't, so it sort of can cover a really big distance without having to use too much satellite phones, I guess. And then it has a main one which then transmits it to the base station via probably satellite phone, and it downloads it all into one spot. And they have like 50 cameras up around the area that they said that there was sightings this time last year or whatever. So it looks really promising. They've already found some strange sound effects, which sounded like a callback. Looks too remote for it to be other humans there pranking them. And they also using some cutting edge technology to be able to translate where the sound was coming from, so they can then walk towards that area or head towards where the sound was with cameras and whatnot. And yeah, I'll just post a link to them there. Now, a lot of people said Bigfoot might be skinwalkers from interventions or aliens that come here in UFOs, because there's been some sightings of them flying UFOs, believe it or not. So I have got a documentary that I did covering Bigfoot connection. If you've not seen it, go and search my videos for Bigfoot and you'll find them. So this is Expedition, I'm not sure if I'm typing it correctly. Bigfoot looks alright from here. And I actually did get a screen snapshot of one of the episodes here. I think they're up to episode 3 at the moment. And this is one of the cameras pictures from that connected network of cameras. And apparently something triggered in this photograph. And all we can see here is this black outline of something in the bush there. Is that pareidolia again? I don't know. Is that something smaller down here? Would that be also something here? And something maybe over here? I thought I saw maybe something poking its head around. But yeah, it definitely looks like something could be there, but you can see we can't do much of that. But then again, when you compare it to this thing here, it's either a super big Bigfoot or it's a tree. I have a tree behind. So I don't think we can actually enhance it, but we'll give it a try. Looks pretty grainy. What they need on those cameras is like UFOs over Vegas uses, right? So so use color night vision. Maybe multiple cameras, you know, thermal. I suppose it's got to be costly, but you could probably have a camera that records multiple ranges, full spectrum. Probably be one to go. Thermal and maybe infrared. Do 3, and then normal thing in case there's a light, right? Regular light. So let's see. But who? What's happening here? So probably need to zoom in first, wouldn't I? We'll see if we can bring out something. Yeah, so that sort of makes a bit more difference now. You can see here it's definitely that black thing's popping out there, and now we can see the other shadows are disappearing. So I don't know why they don't have a video analysis guy on their team, but they obviously need one. Let's scale that one up. Oh, plus it would help if it was 4K as well, wouldn't it? So what happened there, I don't know. Unticked. Yeah, what happened there? Oh, right, some message popped up, took control. Ah, so that sort of cuts down that now. We can't see that tree behind. But it does look like there could be something there, right? Baby Bigfoot, maybe? I don't know. Is that a tree behind still? Pareidolia? Or was it actually something standing there? Looking. I'm sure Bigfoot would know cameras would be on trees. They probably have night vision. They probably see what we don't see, right? They probably see the little blinking light on the camera. And they know it's a trap. So yeah, I can't share the image. That kind of looks like a face with two little eyes there, doesn't it? In the middle there. Top of the tree there. See that? Looks like a white head with two eyes. It's a bit like that one I did with the what's that show? Naked and Afraid. I got an episode up where I took some frames like this from their show, where it looked like there was something dark standing like this in the bushes, and next door to it was this like a KKK hoodie that had two weird eyes. It looked like a white hoodie thing. I don't know if you've seen the picture or not, but I think that in that case it was the buck peeling off a what do you call them, a silver birch tree, and the two holes were where they had knots in the tree, so it kind of looked like a mask. So yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have to check it out, because they didn't go back and film it the next day in daylight, right? Which is what they should have done. And they didn't do that, so the show purposely probably did that on purpose to make it more interesting. So I'll just close that down. So it just shows what you can do with the right filters and the right software to bring out stuff. Guess what? It took focus again and it closed down my browser. Lucky it remembers where we left off. There you go. At least it's going alright today, no crazy technical problems, just user problems. Crazy with the mouse. So that brings us on to the next Bigfoot one. This crazy image here. What do you think on that one? Obviously some motion blur happening. To me, it looks like it could be a pony that sort of wandered past the camera this way, and its neck is here, and legs, and it looks like a snout. Looks like a demon almost, you know. I'll see if I can zoom in on it. Whoop. There you go. Could it be a human that's walked into the picture, or is it more likely to be some sort of animal like a deer? Could it be a deer, a horse, pony? And the eyes are there, obviously, so we get some flashback from the eyes. But they're saying it's a Bigfoot, so we'll have a read of what the article's saying. Here's the rest of the writing. There we go. Alright. Here's all the rest of the text. It's up here, is it? Let's see if I can reload that. Sometimes it doesn't come in properly. It probably doesn't have much to say, because they don't know what it is, obviously. Why is it not letting me do that?
NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, COLL, EGAP, BR, WWE, PODS, SHOWS, VIDS, MORES, TORE, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, COLL, EGN, CAA, BN, CAA, FP, BRALL, hat. No cat Louis, you didn't know wrestling show but social hat. No cat Lee, you didn't know wrestling show the nomalist Trivstone show vides Maregaming the Fiam join Thiam contacts to blog mysterious figure seen in upwards has some people thinking Bigfoot.
It read out the title there.
Mysterious figure seen in UP Woods has some people thinking Bigfoot.
So what's UP in America? Upper Pennsylvania? Is that what it stands for? Let's see. Does it tell us here? Looks like it says at the end here. So that was a pretty good guess.
A Facebook post from Makata Unmanned Systems, showing a photo of a mysterious figure or person, has a lot of people believing that it might be Bigfoot. The mysterious figure, which can be seen in a photo below, has been rumored to be located up somewhere in the woods of the Upper Peninsula.
Upper Peninsula, wherever that is. Let's see if we can find where that location is. Of course, Americans probably know, but the rest of us don't. What do they mean by that? What's happened now? USA. Michigan. Alright, did it say Michigan in the post? I think it did somewhere, didn't it? I think I saw it about Michigan. Oh, here we go. Alright. Oh, there we go. It was at the end, but I didn't read out the rest of it. Okay, so let's see if we can find the location on the map anyway.
We are getting calls from northern Michigan to help figure out what this is. It recently appeared on a trail camera. Any?
So, Upper Peninsula, that's the coast. I guess that's an inland sea, not a lake, I don't know. We'll have to zoom out a bit. So, where are we looking at here? Is it inland sea or is it a lake? It must be a lake, right? There's Michigan, so it must be up here, I would say. Looks like a swampy, woody area, is it? Looks pretty built up there though. What's that one? Atlanta State Forest. So it looks like a good place to have a lot of wildlife, obviously, and Bigfoots. So it could be up here, I guess. What we got? Another national forest. So it's got to be around there somewhere, I guess. Was there any other clues in the article? That place name there, maybe. Makatawa. What's that stand for? Indian? Native Indian, is it? What's that mean? A bank. Lake. Oh, there we go. Michigan. So that's what it is. So what was the name come from there? Must be Native American. So where is that lake name here? Lake Michigan. Lake Superior. What's that one there? Lake Erie, Lake Antonio. Okay, let's just do a search. Oh, so it's up in that little strip here. Lake Superior, they reckon. No, that can't be right, surely. I was meant to draw a map. So it's... There we go. Where's that going to take us? So where have we gone to now? Alright, so it's further down the bottom here. So we're looking at the top before. Over here. But it's actually down here. Holland State Park, by the looks of it. And there's a lake. Although it doesn't look like a lake. I suppose it is. And why is it a different colour? Goes for a little beach house. It's got sand there too. I assume it's fresh water. Have to be, wouldn't it? That far in. Let's see it connecting to the sea there. I think it's too far away. But anyway, that's the location of the Bigfoot picture anyway. So I learnt something there. Hopefully you learnt something there too. If you're not from that area. So now we can get on to the last bit, which will be UFO stalker stuff. So we've still got 9 watching. Haven't scared you off yet. I've tried to keep it as interesting as possible, but like I said, probably took more than 10 minutes to figure out that last Bigfoot one, let alone all the other stuff that we're looking at. Very big, lots of woods. Yep, I love your blue UFO lights. That's meant to be Christmas lights, but I like this one because it looks like a star UFO that's transmitting beams of light down on the edge of the tree. You know, you've seen those ones where the UFO comes along and shines a beam of light down and you can see it illuminating the tree leaves. So yeah. But once Christmas goes, I'll probably have to get rid of it, but I might just bring it, the UFO tree up again every time we get to 100 streams or something. So yeah. Let's see what we got here, I guess. If I should have read the other comments. Anything there? Yep, you're right, Elliot said Michigan. I thought I did see that too. I'd never ever put my cell phone in my pocket and touch any buttons. Yeah. Normally I don't like my cell phone next to me in the bed. Further away the better, because you don't want all that EMF radiation being transmitted into your skull. But since I've been getting paranormal activity, I've been trying to capture it on film. But it's gone quiet today. It seems to come in waves. So yeah, I was trying to get this thing walking on the bed. It scares the crap out of me. And you can see where it's standing. But I did some videos on that. But yeah, since I've put the phone next to the bed, it's disappeared. It's almost like they know that you're trying to capture them. And of course the phone battery doesn't last very long. It seems to dry up really quickly as well. I charge it full charge, but it only lasts a fraction of the time it should do. This room seems to suck the batteries dry for some reason. So it could be paranormal related or extraterrestrial, dimensional stuff. Because we had that crazy alien dream I had where they were sticking a needle in my back. And I thought, what the hell's going on here? So yeah. So have we got anything that's good on UFO Stalker to look at for half an hour or so? So what's this one here? Very dark image. And this one here. Well, let's go from, I guess, 9th of December. What are we looking at here? What is that, a ladder? It's around the wrong way, we can't rotate it. So, what's he saying about it? Yeah, it's fairly big writing. Oh, I zoomed in.
Came out of package store, looked a big moon, saw something falling across moon. Grabbed my phone, took 2 pics right in a row. In large picture, see what you think. Would like to know what I saw. It was huge.
Okay, he's only taking 2 pictures. So he's saying it's a moon? Big moon? Saw something fall across it. Okay. See if we can see anything else that's unknown. We'll just do a regular zoom in. So now it's around the right way. So what's that there? Trying to make out what that is. Is it edge of a roof? No, it can't be, can it? Looks like a bonnet of a car there. What's this thing here? Some sort of ladder. And there's the moon. And you can see how the phone's made it overexposed. It's blurry. Bigger than what it probably looks like with the eyes. And also you got inversion happening here, where it's sort of making the edges of the moon sort of all blurred, and you can see how it's sort of misty around the outside. But yeah, I can't see anything falling, anything that's around the moon there. You can see here how out of focus it is too. See how even close up here it's out of focus. You can see he's got slight motion blur there, which doesn't help, does it? That's why you should always put it on video mode if you can. But obviously he just, what he should have done is put it on burst mode, right? At least you're going to get one decent picture out of 30 frames. So burst mode is like high definitions. It's using 12 megapixel or higher, and it will take a series of photographs which you can join together and make it into a movie, right? And then you got the highest quality possible without the audio, because often you don't want the audio anyway. But yeah, set your cameras on burst mode and take a whole sequence, and then you're going to get a decent picture somewhere in that. So I can't see anything on that one. Doesn't look very promising though, does it? What's Renee saying? So we got all things back with us. So Robert kicked you off. Shirley, my name is Heidi. Yeah, so one of the moderators got trigger happy there. I'm not sure what the excuse was. Was he eaten and he slipped? So let's save that one. Did I save it? Yeah. Again, can't see anything. But it looks like it could be a streaky thing going across there, is it? So going across, we might put it through filters. Yep. On one pool. So we looked at those two. Which one was it now? Beauty. We'll just open up both of them probably. And we'll just cut out the moon chunk here. Okay, before we zoom in more, we'll just see if we can see something with the filters. Definitely looks like a black line there. Is that a camera artifact though? It's hard to know. Could it be like a bird coming down? Two birds together skydiving? I think that might be what it is, but it's a bit hard to know, not without camera or video footage. Like I said, if he took burst mode, we'd have something better to go by. I don't think it's camera artifact. I think it's the blackness there. He saw better with his eyes than the camera can pick up. Kind of looks like two Black Cigar UFOs, right? But if it was fallen, would it have been going slow? So it couldn't be birds. If by his description, so you got to go by the witness what he was saying. He said it was something falling down. So he had time to grab his camera and take photographs. So birds, if it was dive bombing and leaving streaks, he wouldn't have time to grab his camera. So could it be some debris from space that's coming down? Something that's fallen off a plane that's high altitude above there? Things fall off planes all the time. What's that over here? Just saw something there. Okay, I get it now. Let's see. Let's have a CPU is plugging there a bit. We are doing quite a lot here on this poor laptop. I thought I saw what looked like a bunch of birds over here. Yeah, it's sort of plugging a bit for some reason. Seems to be something over here. It's definitely started going slow. It's not too bad, but it's not adjusting, I don't think. Not in real time, like it should be. Let's try again. It's like there's two specks here. So that should be changing a lot quicker. So is there something that's over here that I can see? Yeah, it's not going to let me do it full speed. Need a fine adjustment on it. We'll just leave it on that one there. So can we see anything on this one? I'll just zoom in with the magnifier. Definitely looks like two black objects in front of the sun there. Still couldn't rule out birds though. It could be like a commemoration of birds where you got two groups, maybe even a third one that went past that he saw. Could be a flock of birds in a distance that's blocking out the sun as they're flying around on a commemoration. And let's head towards the trees, because I think there's some trees in the picture here. Heading towards these trees down here. Could be a group of blackbirds, ravens, or whatever it is, starlings they have. So what's the other picture? See if that one's any better. Like random cases on MUFON, you never know what you're going to get. Some of them they haven't even looked at probably. But if they get anything good, they quickly take it offline, don't they? And use it for presentations after. So what can we get on this one? It's not so good. I think this one's got the motion blur in it. Let's see, can we scale it up a bit? So it's using the same filters as the last one. And it's a lot worse, you see. So what we could do is overlay one to the other. Let's see if it's moved further along. But because it's got motion blur, it makes it difficult. Select all. Copy, copy, copy. And then you can paste that into a layer. Keep canvas size. Like this one's been cut, obviously not the same settings. So that's one feature I want on this editor, is to select a box but keep the box the same, so you can make sure it's constant. So what you can do now is put layer properties on and make it transparent. So some are better than others. Lighten, probably not. Darken, multiply. I'm going to change the transparency level here. So there you go. But yeah, looks like it hasn't moved right. I was looking at this direction here, see if it's moved across, but I don't think it's good enough to analyze much more. What else can we do? Multiply. Let's just check that one. Yeah, it's too dark still. What else can we do? Color dodge might help. No, it's too similar, I think. Alright, so it may have been proper in this direction then, in that case. Looks like it's almost middle there. And this one looks like it's closer to the edge. Something coming down this way. Don't know, that one's an unknown. It's definitely something there. Could it be two groups of birds flying this direction? It's just, we haven't got enough information to go on. still was quite interesting to have a look at that though. So what you can do, then you can merge it and all that sort of business, where you can turn it into an emanated gift as well. You can blink one on top of the other. Yeah, so we'll just move on to the next one. I'll post the link to the site if you want to have a look at it yourself. Where's it gone? Two black streaks. So what do you think on that one, guys? We got Sec in the room. How's it going? Yeah, I've covered an episode on that. I don't know if you've watched it or not yet still. But I do have haters that come here from Secureteam to say my videos are no good. That's because I don't bother watching them. And they're not going to watch a 3-hour live stream, unlike you guys, because you're actually interested in it. Bigfoot. As we're going to talk about one topic only, we have like 5 minimum generally. So I got one here, Native Indians, UFO collection, natives and Bigfoot. Now I think they had stories of Bigfoot raiding their camps in some regions of America and stealing the woman, running off with the woman in the woods. So it's going to be like some sort of primate that wanted obviously a woman. If you can't get one normally, you go and grab one. And obviously they go and look for them, but they can't. I don't think they'd be grabbing women for food. They're more likely to go for the weaker ones, like the children, right? Because they'd be easy to grab, run off with, and beat them. But they call them some other names in America, don't they, the Indians? I'm not sure if I talked about it in the episode or not. Of course, then we got this fun one I made, which has all various animal sounds, and see if you could pick out which ones are Bigfoots, or apparent Bigfoot calls. So, Bigfoot vocals. And if you got little dogs or dogs in the house, and if you have that up too loud, the animals are going to go crazy. And what else we got? And then we got these stories here also of Bigfoots burying the dead. Is that the playlist? That one's 28 minutes. Crazy Bigfoot stories, pilots, 911 calls, fakes, and more. So go and check out that one. That's one of the longer ones. But I make crap videos according to a lot of posters on my latest Secureteam leaker ones. So Bigfoot 911. I think that's probably all I got, plus that other one, this one here, when I was talking about this other image that was caught on video. I'll post that one down the side too. Naked and very afraid, I called it. They were really scared on that episode, that's for sure. They heard strange noises. Then they saw the thing. They heard something walking around their camp that sounded like it was on 2 feet. So, and then he got a new partner on the episode. The activity used to amp up. And she talked about that she was having demons, possession, and paranormal stuff and stuff laying on her in bed. So yeah, go check them out anyway. I think I put the episode name in the comments. And also, I got this one here. Also has Bigfoot stuff in it. A live I did 160. And also the amazing paranormal apparition that Ben Hansen caught. So if you haven't watched that old live, go and check it out. It's amazing. So ghosts and Bigfoot. Because my channel's not just called the UFO channel, it's called the Out There channel, which means anything that's sort of crazy in the world. Any videos that people are putting up, which I find interesting, science, I will talk about it. So yeah, back to UFO Stalker. So we're done with that one. Like I got probably 453, 54 videos up now, so there's plenty to watch, and they're not all 3-hour videos, as you can see. Some are 3 minutes, some are 10 minutes, some are 18, 25, half an hour, 50 minutes, hour and a half. So there's a whole bunch of stuff I put up over the years. So what do we got here? How are we doing for time? 2 hours into this stream already. I'll read that out and I need to get a sip of drink. I'll come back to it. Something about spacecraft there. I'm not sure why it won't scroll. There we go.
UFO ship vehicle sighted in Rocky Top, Tennessee today 12/20/2019 at around 6:40 a.m. I was traveling southbound on Interstate 75 and first noticed the phenomenon of what seemed to be a comet-like trail, highly iridescent, reflective, and glowing. It had a starting point in the horizon where the object vehicle craft traveled at what seemed to be a fast speed. The object or spacecraft came out of the end of this tunnel and was almost shot out, as if coming out of a time warp or wormhole. I was barely able to focus on it, as I was driving, and it was over the mountain range. The location was just over the Daniel Boone National Forest Cumberland Gap region. I believe it may have something to do with Oak Ridge National Laboratory and their research. The vehicle seemed to have disappeared into thin air after it came out of the tunnel and the cloud trail began to dissipate into the air. Following these events, the skies were propagated with chemtrails by special planes to cover the skies with the aerosols. Maybe these events are linked, however, this is just speculation. The UFO sighting was under the conditions of no cloud cover, perfectly clear skies and very early in the morning.
Okay, so it sounds like we're seeing something terrestrial coming down, like a meteorite. But we have to probably download some pictures. So what are we looking at here? Dash cam of a car, is it? On the side. I don't know if SpaceX is launching anything in America at the moment. But we'll have a quick look. He's got it portrait, which is what you should never do. Download. It loses the quality of its portrait. So while that's downloaded, we'll just have a quick look at the Secureteam stuff that I've talked about here. So if you type in Secureteam, I'll probably narrow it down, we'll say leaker. And this is the stuff I've done Secureteam. So this one here is called new leaker video web radio, which has all his so-called whistleblowers on it, and at the end of it I decode it back to his normal voice of the 3 clips. So it's got Mr. Ken, it's got Bob Lazar type Area 51 guy, and it's got a famous Dr. Norton. Now someone said that Dr. Norton is a real person. That may be true, but from what I've done, it always ends up on websites after it was leaked by Secureteam back in, I think that one, Dr. Norton, was 2014. So yeah, you sort of can do a trace. You can do a trace back on images, see when the first mention of Dr. Norton was, and it always linked back to Secureteam being the source. And of course he done Mr. Ken, which we know is actually a person that does work in Hawaii. He's pulled it off a website and made up that crazy fake body behind Saturn, or whatever it was called. I got the full video up on my BitChute, so if you go to BitChute, I think I got, did I add it to the about section? But I'm not too sure. I have to check. And this one here is not Secureteam, but obviously it had some Secureteam stuff in it, did it? It's come up for some reason, but this was actually the one where Third Phase of the Moon staged a live event of a UFO hovering over Las Vegas there, which was simply a reflection on a window of house lights behind them. So if you've not watched that one, go and check it out. And then I've got the playlist of all hoaxes. And I've got this one here called Secureteam Inconsistencies. I can't remember what I did in that one. And then we've got the famous one everyone seems to like the most. So this one here, Secureteam owes me $1 million. If you've not watched that one, that sort of sums it all up. There's a little live one, about 15 minutes long. He said he'll pay anyone $1 million if they can find any CGI on his website. Of course, after the interview, he started putting up CGI videos of ones that were known to be fakes of the moon. So I don't know if he's still got them up, but anyone that reports that to him should get $1 million from him. What else we got? And then we got this one here, smoking gun one. Oh, looks like it's downloaded. You can see how old it is. It's an old video, 2017. And so there's Dr. Norton's sample there. I'm just looking at the comments though. I'm sure everybody's watched that one though. That's the first one, and then you need to watch the one with the blue logo. Put it in the description here of the links you should watch. Secureteam 10 fakes whistleblowers with his own voice. So yeah, someone was attacking me here somewhere. Probably in the replies. You have to go through the replies. That one's got 13, so yeah, that one's probably got a few attackers. Read my original comment. Not a Tyler fan, but I must point out that the obvious, which is haters are always going to be hate, and everybody in UFO channel trying to make a name for it. So I'm not trying to make a name, I'm not trying to make money, I'm just trying to find the answers in the topic. So this is why I'm wasting my time doing this channel, is to bring real truth to it, and get rid of all the noise out there so we can focus on the real cases. So here he goes, talking about nutsacks straight away. Trying to make a name of itself, going to attack the biggest channel around to try and get clout and subscribers to notice them. But to most it comes off as just riding Tyler's nutsack because they are obviously jealous. So I'm not jealous of Tyler. I've said this time and time again that I'm angry at his fake stuff, and he got away with it, and he's made at least $30,000 a month to $120,000 a month, and he claims that he's broke. And if I was getting that kind of money, I'd probably be putting it back into the UFO field anyway. Because if I earn so much, I have to earn so much that I'll lose my benefits because I'm on sickness. So if you either have to earn a little bit that helps you buy gear, or you earn a lot that takes you off the benefits, and then you can use all the extra other money to do some more interesting stuff in the ufology field. So to me, I would probably be organising various experts and top fan members to come and join us on a UFO hotspot trip, on a UFO bus is what I would call it, and buy all the high-tech gear and just kit out this bus. Buy some security guards as well, probably bus drivers and all that sort of stuff, and just go and spend it and actually make a real UFO channel on the web. Where you go out there hunting for the UFOs and stream it live. That would be really fun. So yeah, that's what I would do if I was earning lots of money, but obviously I'm not going to. You do, and it will show. So he's saying I should lay off him, but I do lay off him. I only debunk when he puts up videos that are nonsense, like the skydivers and stuff. But lately, since he's disappeared, people have come back to looking at what I've got here, because I have been posting on his pages to try and wake up a few people saying, "Oh, we need our 10-minute video, please come back." And I say, well, do you know he actually fakes stuff? But it seems to me that some people don't care that he fakes stuff. How can you trust anyone that fakes stuff? So we got another negative guy here saying my channel is lame. Then yeah, the only one I see here trying to fool us is you, and yeah, of course I mean you are so lame. Just please stop promoting your lame videos and every answer you give. Nobody gives a shit. So what's the point of being a ufologist if you're not going to look at the evidence, right? Oh look, Tyler fake stuff. Have a watch this. No, I'm not going to watch that. I'm just going to attack you instead. So pretty lame there. But like I said, there's a lot more bad comments here saying that my content is rubbish. You just have to go through them all. Good job. So not sure what's on that one. But most of it's positive. I don't block and delete people unless they're constantly posting nasty comments. So I give them a few warnings and stuff. I don't do like a block list like Tyler does. Tyler, if you try and post anything on his comments, Secureteam faked or anything like that, the message gets ghosted. What I mean by ghosted? Well, you can see your message. You can see all your messages that you post, but as soon as you log out and go back and try and see if your message is there, you'll see it's vanished. So if you use anything like faked, fraud, smoking gun, like the title here, go and watch out their channel Smoking Gun. That comment, if you post it, will vanish. So you can go and test it out for yourself. So yeah. I wasn't going to bring up security, but people mentioned it in the side there, and I just wondered how much you knew about what was going on. But yeah, if you want to hear all the fairly big sample clips, the radio one's the best one here. of the 3 leaker videos or whistleblowers. And then I'll get back onto MUFON. But yeah, I don't know, it just makes me angry. And it makes me angry that these people protect them. And it makes me angry that Google pays them. Because they shouldn't be paying someone that's making fake content or deceptive content, like putting up skydivers and saying it's UFOs. You see how he works though. He'll look at a video and says, I don't think it's skydivers, when it clearly is skydivers. He hasn't actually done any Google searches to see if Golden Knights or fast track skydivers have been doing any events on that particular day. But he'll just try and it'll actually tell you what it is, but try and make you focus off it. You'll go and watch his videos over and over again. You'll see he does that sort of trick. He's very clever, and the way he knows how to do mental voice control on people. Don't pay any attention to that person over there. He's not going to shoot you, or whatever, you know. He's like a Darren Brown off YouTube. Anyway, better get back to this one. We got the video downloaded. I was gonna see if I could find my link to my BitChute, wasn't I? Before I move on, I'm not sure if I got it posted in a link now, because I know YouTube doesn't like BitChute. Facebook, BitTubers. Oh yeah, I did put it there. So BitChute's there. So if you go there on the About tab, it'll open up BitChute hopefully, and you can see it's got a better layout here, and it puts the most popular up the top here. You can see the second video that I was talking about, which is an update to the smoking gun one, is at the very top here with over 1,000 views. I think it is 1,300 now. And here is the original video of Mr. Ken that I uploaded here. So if you want to, you should be able to download it from here because it's on peer-to-peer. You should be able to use uTorrent. But I think they've hidden the link now. I used to have a little click link that you could download it. Maybe people complained that it made it too easy for people to download. You can see here, I wouldn't be putting up BitChute and advertising BitChute if I was all about money. Clearly I'm not. So yeah, you can go and listen to his Mr. Ken one here, which is the full video, and you can tell it's his voice. I'll just play a wee bit of it. See if it works. Live stream. Oh, you can see it's his music there. Secureteam exclusive there, he says. This is when he was at 100,000 subs. Recording was sent anonymously to him by Stromler, calling himself Ken. So if you don't trust me, you can download this and do the reverse.
My name is Ken, and I work as an astronomer and a scientist for a government agency. That is all that I can say at this time. This footage here was personally taken by myself and another colleague at the WMKEC Observatory, which is located near the summit of Hawaii's Mauna Kea. Major space agencies have been a bit distraught over the past months due to the fact that the solar system with which we live in and its planets have been changing due to some unforeseen force that has entered the solar.
Yeah, so we probably could do that reverse thing on it. I wonder if it will work. We could give it a try.
Solar system. Well, it's not unforeseen to me or the few that have seen this footage, but it will be unseen.
Does it work on YouTube maybe? Looks like it's cut the volume. Well, that's a shame. That would have been good if it worked. Obviously it hasn't been tested on BitChute. We could slow it down and actually see it's his voice. let's reload it just in case. Oh, it's a good test anyway. Is it working now? I think it turns it back off, doesn't it? Let's just double check that. Yeah, it turns it off. That's a shame. But anyway, go and check it out anyway. Did I post the link inside? What have we got going on there on the side one? Trying to keep the swearing to a minimal. It's great, but it needs a lot more money thrown at it and it needs better support. Yeah, so I'll just post the link to that anyway. But it was worth trying that plugin because we could do on the fly pitch bender then. I don't think he'll ever do that again. But he's managed to cover up for all those years anyway, and he had the chance to come clean on Fade to Black and also Coast to Coast, and he said no, I don't fake anything. So yeah, so this hasn't got all my videos up, it's only got about a quarter of my videos because I started it probably, was it 10 months ago now or whatever. So if I lose my YouTube channel, I'll be switching over to that. There's also another one called BitTubers that we could use, but yeah, most of them want money. So really, this one's $5 a month, and then you get better service, I suppose. But I tried to buy, and they only have Bitcoin. They've been nobbled on by the banks and PayPal to try and close them down. But who owns PayPal? Is it eBay or Amazon? Someone like that owns it, don't they? It used to be Elon Musk set it up with some partners, and that's where he made quite a lot of money selling PayPal. But anyway, moving on. I wasn't going to cover Secureteam because I don't think we should mention Secureteam every damn video, but he is mostly talked about out there, and there's a lot of new people out there who haven't heard about all the stuff that I just talked about. So what are you talking about here? Movies, by the look of it. What's that got to do with Tyler? Come on, people. Anyway, so let's go back to UFO Stalker. Got half an hour left. So where's the video? Okay, see if I can get it on the screen. Here's what the hell is this? What the hell? I hate how Windows does that. Now it's doing properly.
I am now on 75 South in Tennessee.
Not the greatest video, is it? So it's not a dash cam.
Oh my god, it disappeared.
I'm not sure what we're meant to be looking at.
There it is.
See a lot of reflections on the window. Out of focus.
Focus.
I think we're looking at that blob there.
Mile marker 144 on Interstate 75. And it disappeared.
Wow, that's bad. Is that what we're looking at there, maybe? It kind of looks like a SpaceX or a fireball coming down. So the question is, what date was that? So the picture might be a bit better because it's more pixels. Let's just save the image. Save image. It looks like SpaceX, doesn't it? You normally have that sort of strange, twisty, vapory trail that you get. And you see how overexposed the image is on the sensors. Because what it does is it opens the shutter for a longer time to let more light in when it's darker. And of course we've got motion blur as he's travelling in the truck. Instead of pulling over somewhere, which is probably you can't with a truck, I don't know. But that looks like classic SpaceX, right? So you probably could finally find out on the flight center what it is. Just close that down there. So what was the date? So the 20th of this month, so we're talking about 3 days ago. Okay, so I have actually got a utility here for rocket launches, space launches in time. And it tells us the next one is in America or Russia, I think it is. Is that Russia or Europe? So that's on March. So we need to go to December. Let's go on letters. It's very slow changing. I wonder if there's a quicker way. Very slow. June. I suppose there's probably a shortcut on the end. On month 7, so we could probably put 12 in there. December. And what have we got? 20th, here we go. 22, 21, 20. So what was that one? Starliner. Launches on that day, Starliner. So was that saying there's 2 launches on that day? Oh, it's got +1, +1. So CBERS 4A. Can we memorize that number? Then we can Google it and see what comes up. So what was it again? CBERS 4 something, wasn't it? 4A, I think. 4A. See what comes up. Satellite. Brazil. No, that can't be right. Says Brazil there. 4. China, Brazil. I think it would be that one. So what's the other reference to rocket launch? It looks like SpaceX though. +1. Starliner. CST. What is Starliner? Oh, here we go. NASA. Ah, there we go. What location did he see? Was that MUFON? What's that location? Tennessee. So could you see the rocket launch from there? I don't know. Starliner. That looks like the same number. Same number. CST 100. DFT 1 or something. 8 hours ago, 9 hours ago. NASA has historic landing. Bowen. Transportation. Starlight and spacecraft landing on Saturday. That sounds like it, doesn't it? Oh no, that looks like something landed on Mars, is it? Landed in, oh no, New Mexico. So could it be that? That wouldn't leave a vapor trail though. That's got to be a rocket launch. So something landed 2 days ago. Doesn't make it. Mission failed. Says launch on the next one though. Doesn't make it to International Space Station. Failed attempt yet to launch to send astronauts into space. Final test flies NASA astronauts into space. Rocket ship failed to achieve the proper orbit necessary to make it. So that kind of looks like in the video there, doesn't it? Where was it? In the picture. Did I save it? That kind of looks like a failed attempt. Launched and went. Yeah, it looks like a rocket launch gone wrong. Whereabouts is that located though? Is it White Sands they got there? I know to land in White Sands, Mexico. Where are they launching from? Cape Canaveral, Florida. So would you see that from Tennessee? I don't know. Let's have a look. Florida. Do Florida first. Okay. To Tennessee, was it? Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look how close that is. So you definitely would see that failed rocket launch, and it probably crashed into the sea, right? Over here somewhere. Looked like it was coming this direction. Bermuda Triangle. Well, I think we solved that one, right? So that's what a wee bit of research. That's what you'd have to do on MUFON. I'll just post a link to that rocket launch there anyway. Lens flare. There were lens flare on that video, that's right. But that's what he was looking at. The picture there showed what he was looking at. He's looking at this thing here, which is your typical rocket contrail. Looks like it spiraled out of control. So it launched up and then went sideways, then went meow, and then meow. Probably crashed into the sea there. So if you trace that there, it probably went out this way. Then they'd probably reclaim it. But that's why they built it near the coast. But yeah, you got overexposure here, you got the smudging from motion blur, and of course you got the flaring, which we've talked about before. You know how you get the little spikes from the light. That's to do with the iris of the camera, where they use a lot of cameras now have like octagon shape, so it's like 8 sides going around in a circle. Smartphones generally don't have that though. Only high-end cameras like P1000 have a proper shutter, a mechanical shutter. Some of the smartphones now just use a electronic shutter, which sort of has like a layer of glass LED stuff, which when they put a charge through goes dark. Why did they do that? To stop light getting to the sensor while it's processed, because it scans it like a fed-back scanner. Starts at the top if it's portrait and goes all the way down to the bottom. Scans it in chunks. So you want to shut up the light to get into the sensor without affecting the sensor, overloading the sensor too much with light. That's all comes down to exposure and all that sort of stuff. A lot of technical stuff, really. So yeah, I think we've debunked that one there now. Here we go. I'm probably going to have to wrap up. Again, I'll give you the rocket launch thing that you can use yourself. I don't know why we can't click on it. We can click on that one there. But it doesn't really give us, it's not really, it doesn't sort of open up to a page, give us a rundown of what happened or anything like that. That's pretty basic. It might be something better out there, but that's the one I found anyway online. See what else we can find. Thanks for hitting the like button there, guys. It helps me get some promotions. So we got some other picture here which we didn't see before. Well, it's from another person. Black triangle. It's on the same date, but it's like an hour or so ahead. And there we go, we've got a rocket launch failure there. Went around a zigzag. So I don't see a triangle. Oh, he's looking at the lights in the sky. What, a star formation? Is that what he's saying? Let's have a read of that one.
Heading to work, noticed large black triangle object leaving trail. Object hovered. Silver objects came out back and black triangle object was gone. I pulled over to try and get a picture but only got trail. I noticed what appears to be 4 objects in the picture. I do not know if this is light reflecting or the objects that came out the back of the triangle. This is not how I wanted to start my day.
Okay, so I think maybe the black triangle was talking about there might have been them sending up jets or something like that to see what happened, because it would have crashed into the sea, right? Or it could be those helicopters that they use as well. Black triangle object was pulled over to try and get a picture. Notice that appears to be 4 objects in the picture, so it would have to be well, we can't see anything there, but I'll save it, see if we can see any aircraft or whatever. But we knew that was a rocket launch now. We already looked it up. Yeah, it's getting a bit slow. Yeah, see what we do a quick one on the basic viewer. So what's that there? Could that be something exploded and shot off bits? So is that the 4 objects he's talking about? I think it might be. Kind of looks like it's a vapor trail going up this way and around. It kind of looks like it's military jets. That one looks like it's got a contrail as well. Looks like it's in focus, not motion blurred, I don't think. I can't see anything obvious in the bits that are in focus. Oh, what's that there? I suppose it's a wee bit smudgy to the left. No, to the right. So we get the motion edge here. That looks like a street lamp here, you see. Street lamp. And you can see how smudgy that looks. Going that way a wee bit. So what are these objects in the sky? Looks like a black object there. That's what we're looking at. A few pixels, is it? Could be a black object inside. So I don't know. Is it a jet with afterburners on? And we've got a couple black bits in here. So you probably have to look into that a bit more and see if what planes they send up that night. It's obviously 7 o'clock at night, as you can see here the sun's going down. NASA jets in the sky, failed launch. I don't think it's debris from the explosion. Life reacts to failed launch. I wonder if there's any pictures of planes. Would there have been news helicopters a fair distance away as well? I don't know. They would have filmed it, I'd say. If it was a test flight, right? Well, I haven't been around rocket launches. There might be people out there that goes to the rocket launches and wouldn't know if they have aircraft up. Or send aircraft up when something goes wrong. This rocket fell. Procedure. Have we got a checklist at all? Thought we might be able to find a PDF there, what they do. See that helicopters, jets, or whatever. But yeah, nothing coming up there. Rocket fell. Failure. Send up planes. Oh, there we go. space, like a launch scene from an airplane there. So obviously the planes are flying around, ends up in the wrong orbit. So they didn't actually crash in the sea, it managed to get up there, but it went crazy. Crazy flight path. We've got some video here. What's that sign? So doesn't show us right to the end, does it? Shows us as far as they could record it. Half an hour later it went wrong. I don't think we can find out about planes by the looks of it. Probably used up more of my time on that, but anyway, I'll just have a quick look. These guys off. Yeah, good night. F1's over. You're off. Night early. I'm not too far away finishing up now anyway. Yeah, so hopefully you've been enjoying what I've been doing anyway. Life debunks are always a wee bit tricky because we're trying to do fact collection, right, using tools and common sense. So we talked about this one here before on previous similar UFO cases, where you get the so-called what they call the living cell effect for the rings, right, which is caused by inversion as the light goes through the air. Some of the light bends in a wavy fashion that it creates these dark and bright ring pattern time it gets to the sensor of the camera, the lens of the camera. So whatever that object is, I don't know, but we can have a read of that one, I guess. Could it be a LED balloon? Could it be a sky lantern? And I suppose we ain't got a video of it. No, we've got two pictures. So we'll just finish up on this one. Again, I'll do more UFO Stalker next Sunday. Hopefully I might be able to dedicate the whole 3 hours to looking.
It was a beautiful full moon at night, a very clear sky. I just came home from a late night movie. It was hard for me to fall asleep, so I decided to go outside to my backyard to watch the sky. How amazing the moon had been so bright. That is when I saw this object is the sky. I went into the house to grab my phone to take a picture of the object, and it took seconds to get. It was still there hovering in the sky. It was quite and amazing to see.
Okay, so what date was that? So yeah, if you are leaving, guys, take care on the roads and enjoy your Christmas break. So which is 2 days' time for us in New Zealand here. So yeah, today we got hold of some booze, and as this be a wedding, Xmas dinner function with family, usual thing. But yeah, don't drink and drive. Don't end up being a Tyler in orange suit for a weekend. It's not worth it. So yeah, seeing you saw an object in the sky, it could be anything, right? The amount of junk we have in the sky now. Sky lantern, LED balloons. Unless it does something crazy, like it shoot upwards, we won't know what that one is. That was on a day before the rocket launches, but I think there was another rocket launch that day, wasn't there? On that chart, I've closed it down now. So you've got to always keep that in mind, but it's on the other side of America by the looks of it. So yeah, wherever they launched it from that side, I'm not sure. I know they have got some rocket launch systems over that way, haven't they? Jet propulsions up that way. So yeah, I think we'll probably have to wrap up now, guys, and I've got to get going, do other chores and take out the dog. Everyone is telling. We'll just have a quick look through the thumbnails here. Another bright light. Doesn't look too interesting. Quick question, who do you think will win out of Musk and Bezos space race? I don't know. Wasn't there a big spaceport built in the desert in America for Virgin? So they already got the spaceport and all that sort of worked out there. They just had to get a spaceship that could take people up. Somehow I think SpaceX will probably win, because they're doing a lot of cutting edge stuff. Well, Virgin were making a space plane which wasn't like a normal conventional rocket that sort of comes back down and lands vertically. Their ones land like a space shuttle. But I think Elon Musk was actually working on a space thing, wasn't he? So just have a look at this page here before I move on. So yeah, I'm not too sure. There's a bright object in that one. Two bright objects by the looks of it. So yeah, we'll see if we can get to those next end of December by the looks of it, before New Year's, right? So we do that one next time. So Elon Musk, just wrap up on that one. Space plane. I think he did have one. Elon Musk. New Starship design to fly. When was that posted? September, not too long ago. To fly to Moon, Mars and beyond. So this is his design here, is it? Looks like Thunderbirds a go. It looks like it's got some wings at the bottom, wee bit like a space shuttle. Here we've got a side view. So where's the windows though? Do people get to look at triple forced glass at all? Now, you won't want a terrorist on board, would you, with a explosive device? That's doomsday. So what does it say here? Prototype of SpaceX Starship stands at the company Texas launch facility. So there you go. But we ain't got another picture. So let's see if we can find some pictures. Well, here's something here. Hints at spaceplane. Alright, so looks like you sit that way. The windows are on top. That's someone else's video, so I don't want to play that. Here we go. So it's a bit like something you see from the 1950s sci-fis, isn't it? What's that one called? Buck Rogers, to the moon, that sort of thing. How does that work? Starship, Star Hopper, Super Heavy. And then you got the Virgin guys down here, I think. Is that the Virgin ones? Largest place could give him. It's a special plane to launch. So that might have been an old idea, I think. which is basically what Virgin were working on. And there's a spaceport, isn't there, out in the desert? Here's the Virgin one, is it? It's got to be Virgin. Maybe they're going to cooperate together. Maybe billionaires are taken into space. That looks very much like that Steve guy. He crashed, didn't he, and died in the desert. Got eaten by bears or something. Maybe not bears. What do they have over there? Coyotes and all that sort of stuff that probably eat leftovers. So where's the spaceport located in America then? Texas? No, it's not working. Spaceport. America, USA. Try. Spaceport, America. That's it. That's a big, strange looking building they had. Who built it? New Mexico, there you go. White Sands. Adjacent to White Sands. Yep, that's where they landed something before. The site has been decided as the world's first purpose-built commercial spaceport because it's the first spaceport designed and constructed specifically for commercial uses. This has not been previously an airport. So who funded it? Virgin got Galactic, what's that one there saying? Accessible to general public and Virgin Galactic. But who funded it? Must have been Virgin, some billionaires, right? Don't think American taxpayers built it, do they? What to do with the expensive government-built spaceport? Or maybe the taxpayers did pay for it. So the taxpayers paid for it, but Virgin and everybody else is using it. SpaceX. I suppose you'd have to look up who built the biggest space plane. I think that's Virgin, though. It looks like Virgin space plane. Let's see what comes up. There we go. Virgin Galactic reaches edge of space. So it looks to me like they're working together, you know. So there you go. It's about time people work together instead of competition all the time. It's obviously very expensive. But anyway, better wrap up there, guys. So it's been fun. And I'll wind down with the credits now. So good night to you. See what we can talk about next time. Not sure what Robert's going to bring us. So hopefully you won't be too full on Christmas dinners, that you won't be joining us for the weekend before New Year's. But we'll see how it goes. Good night and take care on the roads. Like and share and comment on the video helps as well. Comments on the video always helps for some reason. Google sees that as interaction, good or bad comments, whatever. It still sees it as a positive thing. So when you get people trolling you, it's actually a good thing because you're part of the algorithm. So I'll just queue up my thing here now and let it run. Good night. Good night, Renee. Snipes. Mark is still here. J1. Robert. Shelley is gone. Go and get some sleep. I'm going to get some dinner.